In 2024, a Chinese quantum satellite achieved something that should be impossible. It transmitted an encryption key that cannot be hacked, intercepted, or broken by any computer on Earth. This isn't science fiction. It's the beginning of a new kind of warfare. One that will make traditional cyber attacks look like throwing stones at tanks. For thousands of years, warfare evolved through the same pattern. Bronze replaced stone. Gunpowder replaced swords. Nuclear weapons replaced conventional explosives. Each time, the nation that mastered the new technology first gained an insurmountable advantage. Today, that technology is quantum communication satellites. And the stakes have never been higher. But what exactly are quantum communication satellites? Think of them as the ultimate secret messengers. They use quantum entanglement, a phenomenon Einstein called spooky action at a distance, to create communication channels that are physically impossible to intercept without detection. When someone tries to eavesdrop on a quantum message, the very act of observation changes the message, alerting both sender and receiver. This concept connects to ancient religious and philosophical ideas about observation and reality. Buddhist and Hindu traditions have long taught that the act of observation changes what is observed. Quantum physics has proven this literally true at the subatomic level. Now, nations are weaponizing this ancient wisdom through space technology. China launched the world's first quantum communication satellite in 2016. Since then, they've built a quantum network spanning thousands of miles. The United States, realizing they were behind, launched their own quantum satellite program. Russia, India, and the European Union followed. What started as scientific research has become a full-scale arms race in orbit. The psychological impact cannot be overstated. Imagine knowing your enemy can communicate with perfect secrecy while you cannot. Every military plan, every diplomatic message, every intelligence operation becomes vulnerable. Meanwhile, your opponent operates in complete darkness. This asymmetry creates what military psychologists call strategic paranoia, a state where nations make increasingly desperate moves to level the playing field. But quantum satellites create new vulnerabilities too. They're incredibly expensive and technologically complex. A single successful attack on a quantum satellite could blind an entire nation's secure communications. This creates what experts call quantum terrorism, the possibility that smaller nations or non-state actors could paralyze superpowers by targeting their quantum infrastructure. Religious communities are grappling with the implications too. Some see quantum entanglement as proof of divine interconnectedness, the idea that all things are mysteriously linked across space and time. Others worry about the moral implications of perfect secrecy. If governments can communicate without any possibility of oversight, what happens to accountability and transparency? The psychological warfare potential is staggering. Nations with quantum communication networks could coordinate disinformation campaigns with perfect security. They could manipulate global markets, influence elections, or spread propaganda without any digital fingerprints. The target nation would know they're under attack but would have no way to trace the source or intercept the coordination messages. So how do nations defend against quantum warfare? Some are developing quantum radar systems that could potentially detect and disrupt quantum communications. Others are investing in quantum computing to break quantum encryption. But the most interesting approach comes from studying historical warfare patterns. Just as medieval castles became obsolete when cannons were invented, some experts believe quantum communication will eventually be defeated by technologies we haven't invented yet. The next decade will be critical. We're likely to see the first quantum communication network attacks, quantum satellite sabotage missions, and the emergence of quantum-resistant technologies. Nations that fail to adapt will find themselves as disadvantaged as armies with bows and arrows facing machine guns. The quantum satellite revolution isn't coming, it's already here. Throughout history, humanity has used its greatest discoveries for both creation and destruction. Quantum communication satellites represent our latest test of wisdom versus power. Will we use this technology to build a more secure and connected world? Or will we weaponize it for a new kind of warfare that makes today's cyber attacks look primitive? The choice is still ours, but time is running out. The quantum satellites are already watching from above.